are you looking at when you're looking at that camera?
Good evening, welcome to BoroFanTV and the third half with me, James Hutchinson. Tonight I'm joined in the studio by Jimmyfastfence Wilson and Jenny from Boro Real Fans Believe in Dreams. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
And when we're talking about real dreams for Boro fans, we're not talking about the Boro scoring 6 goals in a match or anything like that. We're talking about an organisation here on Teesside that's aiming to improve the lives of some of the club's younger fans. So we're going to have a chat about that in a moment. Also in the show tonight, we're going to have a look back at Saturday's defeat to Cardiff. Where does this leave our season? As well as look forward to tomorrow night's game with Hull and Saturday's Weir Tees derby with our nearest and dearest from Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. But firstly, Jimmy and Jenny, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Jimmy, can you tell us a little bit about the organisation in terms of like when and why did you set it up?
It started up because I was a nosy sod looking at a banter site, and I seen an argument going on between two so-called Middlesbrough fans because one little kid couldn't afford to go to the playoff finals of Middlesbrough v Norwich.
Right.
Me being me, and the way I am, I put a post up and I said, there's 2,000 of us in this room. If we all put 50 pence each in, we'll get that kid there. Yeah. Just as a gift from us.
Fantastic.
I put the post up, the fans responded brilliantly.
Yeah.
Me and my useless techno, it took me that long to set the PayPal up. We had about 6 hours, 7 hours, and we raised almost £400 in that time, just through donations.
Yeah.
In the meantime, another gentleman had decided he'd go on the line and bought the 2 tickets online and presented them to the child. This lad was Tony Wedlake, whom I'm sure you all know now with his family foundation.
Yeah.
Great lad, absolutely. He was one of, never met the man.
Yeah.
Fantastic gesture by him, which then meant we could spend the money we'd earned and treat the little lad to an awful lot of stuff. He got hats, scarves, gloves,
Shirts.
Flags.
Give him a weekend he'll never ever forget.
That was exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Now, when we did, I didn't actually get to meet him at Wembley because I missed it. So we have a thing called Jimmy time in dreams.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes you might say you were lucky to miss that game at Wembley, Jimmy.
No,
you
went.
I just missed the van.
Right.
Because I believe you got there, didn't you, to meet the little fella, Zach.
Yeah.
They called the lad Zach Roberts, I don't know if you remember. From then, I thought that would be it. Jenny and Tony then started talking over Facebook, right? Then they approached me, should we carry this on? It was such a success for one child.
Yeah. We could help more.
Why spoil one? Why not go out them all? Which is then, for some reason, I wasn't involved in any of this. These lot all yatted into 2 fan groups, 2 banter groups on the internet.
Yeah, it was
#Believe and Boro Real Fans. Yeah. Jenny in her wisdom decided to put the 2 together and name us Boro Real Fans Believe in Dreams.
Fantastic.
So, and that was the beginning.
Brilliant. And Jenny, you're a long-time season ticket holder, following the Boro. Yeah. And you've followed them since the Ayresome Park days. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. So put the years in. Can you tell us roughly how many young fans, since you've started up, that'll be like nearly 3 years ago now, have benefited from Boro's Real Fans efforts, and in what ways?
We've gone out to about 2,500, 3,000 children now.
We've had
That's an amazing number.
Through bringing them into the ground, stadium tours, Bellbourton on the river,
Easter egg hunts, 6 to every game. Now, see, every game we have 6 kids plus 6 parents, stroke carers. Because with just being the 2 of us, obviously we can't look after that many. I stay with the children. Jenny goes off down to get a picnic in the West End. Right?
I don't go in the West End, I go in the South End.
Right? But she's off, 2:15.
I have to be out by 2:15.
But we've managed to get through so many because we've had now the 3rd Christmas party. Yeah. First one was 100, second was 150. This year was 250 plus.
Fantastic. Where do you hold the Christmas party at things?
We had it at the Hub at Corbin.
Right.
In Corbin, opposite the sports centre. Now it's about the only venue that it could hold fit it into. To be honest with you, it was astronomical in price as they are, because the council ones, and but through a lot of hard work and the generosity of so many of the people who follow us and like what we do, people who do 10k runs, bonus balls, bakers cakes, and do raffles and things like that, they all donated to Dreams, and I can guarantee you every penny we get, plus an awful lot more of my own money, goes back into. This year's been a little bit difficult, as we discussed earlier, because normally I'd be able to fund it, but things haven't been going the way they should have done. So, and we're always looking for outside funding. We don't get in respect anything really from the club.
Right.
We promote the family zone, as me and you were speaking earlier.
Yeah.
One of the goals we had when we done this was for me to bring this fans from other clubs in and spread it out throughout the divisions and promote
so work with young fans from other clubs.
That's correct, yeah. Get the dream names out there. The beauty of this programme tonight is hopefully a lot more people will see it who didn't know about us.
Yeah.
They can talk to other people who didn't know about us. And now all you need to do to get, or become a member of, as you would say, of the Dreams family, go on Facebook, the page. If you know a child with any difficulties, we do have a criteria, but for me, a kid's the criteria, forget the rest of it. If that kid's having a bad time or anything like that, nominate them and we will try and get them to at least something we do.
Ours goes through, our criteria can go from something small to something massive because it's deprived, disabled, disadvantaged and kids that are going through a bad time. That bad time part could mean anything. It does. And
loss of parents.
We've had it where we've had kids that one parent families that don't have enough money. It's hard to get them to a football match or things like that.
From day one,
it's just gone on from there.
The aim has been to put a smile on a child's face and form happy, lasting memories that you fall back on when they're down.
Yeah,
we've done that.
And that's what we're doing.
And I think that's fabulous as well, where you're saying about linking it up with fans from the other clubs, because at the end of the day, not everybody's going to be a Boro fan, but it's just about, like you say, giving memories to kids, no matter. And if, at the end of the day, if they've got a love of football, that should be encouraged.
We did it with the young lad when we got Jordan Rhodes, and we brought the young boy from Blackburn through to the Riverside to meet Jordan.
The other one was Little Moss Johnson from Tottenham. Born with meningitis, lost both his arms and legs. Now, we was sort of an up-and-coming mascot for Tottenham. But I seen it on the internet and I thought, well, we're playing Tottenham. We really need to have that kid down here. Luckily, his daddy brought him. You know what I mean?
We'd love
the
to
kid
do
had
it
a
for more,
fantastic
don't we?
time. He absolutely loved it. I'm still in touch with him on a weekly basis. We did invite the whole family, but his mum couldn't come because she was pregnant with twins. And his dad called, considering they're from London, he called the twins Ronnie and Reggie, which I found absolutely amazing.
That's something to live up to, that isn't it?
Oh, it is. And we become good friends. And that's what it is now. It's about making friends, spreading it out. Bring kids together. Kids will play. If kids play, that stops animosity. Animosity stops anything that goes on in further life.
Well, I can certainly see just from comments that we're already getting on Facebook now how much high esteem you two are held in for the work that you're doing here. And there's a lot of lovely comments here, people saying that you're legends and all stuff like that. So I won't embarrass you on here just now, but you'll read them when you get over. Absolutely fantastic. I know there's a suggestion coming here that with Easter coming up, if people want to donate Easter eggs, and if they want to bring them into the studio, we'll keep AJT away from them and we'll bring them here and you can drop them off and we can get them to you for future games at Easter, around Easter
that's
time.
Fantastic. I mean, we have organised an Easter tour. Now, the tours, the maximum we take is 50. Right. And obviously, funding is a problem, but again, tonight, Jenny spoke to Tony. The Family Foundation have had loads given because, like, Tony's just one of these people who can get everything. Fantastic man, don't get me wrong.
He can sell snow to Eskimos.
But Tony and Neil Bullock, who were founder members of the Family Foundation, have said to us, right, we've got spare, there's 50 there for you. And we want to work together with everybody. We work with Gemma Sands and everybody.
So young people, isn't it?
Anything that is given, we always like to give back.
I'm a believer in giving something back.
Even if it's something small,
thank you
it's just a thank you. It's Hollywood Bowl. We get Hollywood Bowl, which is superb when the kids are on holiday.
And his staff down there are absolutely brilliant with us. Every half term, they give us a full week's bowling for an hour on the morning. So we have like a little competition. If we've got a home game, we don't do the Saturday, and then we have a final on the Sunday. The kids absolutely adore it.
And it's just getting out and doing something, isn't it? Being
if we could get other companies to back us like that, we could go so much further and bring some more kids in.
Brilliant.
The more the better.
Jimmy, just another question's coming here from Ian. How did you get your nickname Fast Fence?
It's the name of my company.
Name of your company, right?
It's the name of my company.
I'm glad we've cleared that one up. We're going to any legal. No, we'll leave that one. Jimmy, can you tell us about any future ambitions you have for the organisation? What else you might hope to achieve?
What I'd like to achieve is to go to every club, whatever division we're in, and maybe, if not get them to do something similar, at least have a link with their fans where if we're going to play them, we can bring them to us if we've got the money and reciprocate it by going to the away game. Funding is a massive thing. You know what I mean? It's, if we could get some national or big companies to fund us, we could make this go so far. You know, in 3 years, 3,000 kids, 1,000 kids from what, just me being nosy on a banter group. It's not bad going. No, I mean, it's not bad going at all.
That's excellent.
Now, you'll probably come to somebody will ask you that.
Jimmy the Cuddle King, go on, you've got to explain that.
It is. I like kids. One of my other jobs is the foster carer. Right. I also go out and I'll do talks to people on sexual exploitation and things like this. But I like to give kids a cuddle. And I seem to be the right shape for the kids to cuddle because they all seem to come for one. And there was one little lad in particular. He come running up, he gave us a cuddle. He said, I want another one. He said, why? He said, you're the Cuddle King. Jimmy the Cuddle King. And all the kids all the game then called me the Cuddle King. Nickname. And with that, it stuck. And the same little kid then messaged me and said, I hope you're going to get that on your coat and your t-shirt because I need to spot you.
And that's it then now.
Yeah, it is.
There's no going back from that, so there we go.
It's on all my t-shirts.
One little boy that we've had when we first started Dreams, and he was so in himself, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
And what we try and do is, every match day, the kids also get a goodie bag off Dreams with a t-shirt on, with sweets in, drinks, crisps and everything else. This day, it was Haribo's.
Yeah, well... There's the other thing.
Little Haribo's. And he was stood in the corner of the Ayson Park gate, wasn't he? He wouldn't. We would just rock in.
Withdraw.
And we were trying all sorts to thing it. He comes along and it's a case of we'd give him the goodie bag and he'd seen and his little face lit up, and he comes out with and he sat there with his Haribo's and he went, I want one of them. And the kid looked at you, didn't he? And he went. Want one? And he went over and since then, every time we have like Christmas party or anything else, he comes up Bradley, doesn't he? And he runs like hell, and he comes into the ground when we're in the ground. And his mum and dad have bought him. He comes straight running to us to.
Do you know, since we started, we've got an awful lot of children who come to the gates just to give me a cuddle and say hello to Jenny. And then what we've done, we've brought in a lot of new young fans into the ground. Because there's an awful lot, probably around over 50, I'd say, bought season tickets.
And there you go, so that's it. So kids that probably wouldn't have had an opportunity to go to a game have now, and as well as it being an opportunity to watch the football, which is great, it's all the friendships they build up from that as well.
We just had it yesterday. I mean, there was a post put up on Facebook. There's a little lad who comes, and he's been with us a few times, and he's quite withdrawn, and he's a kid, he's selective mutism, he won't talk to nobody. But he loves Middlesbrough and he loves Manchester United, right? You can't get tickets for Manchester United for loving the money. So I had contacts. I went out to contacts and it'll have to be close at the game, So I put a post on Facebook, and a good friend of ours now, I like called Mark Water. He has a son called Archie who I'd buy him tomorrow if he was for sale. I absolutely love the kid, I'll be honest with you. Oh, he's just one of them kids that you melt for, you know what I mean? He contacted me. He contacted another friend who put me in touch with another friend. I've now got that kid 4 tickets for a Manchester game.
Fantastic.
That's
again, special memories.
Where we want to be.
Amazing. Brilliant. Well, we are a unique club, the Boro, and we've got deep roots in the local community, and it's important we share and pass on that passion that we have for our football team and our local area to future generations. And these two wonderful people are doing that. If there's any way that people out there can help and support you, what can they do, Jimmy?
Anything at all, anything that raises any funds. Because, I mean, we have people who like the Fields, their mum's a fantastic baker. She makes unreal cakes, bonus balls them, and that money comes to Dreams. We have Mark, he done the 5K with all of his mates. We've had other people do runs. We normally try and have social nights, but this year there's been out of the loop. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it at the time. Anything at all that'll bring funds, because I guarantee you, every penny goes towards bringing a smile on a kid's face.
Brilliant.
It's nothing priceless.
Else.
All of this I pay for. T-shirts, coats, anything like that, any advertising, that all goes through my other company. You know what I mean? We take no fees, nothing at all. Every penny goes back to the kids.
You're a real credit to the area, both of you. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Excellent.
We had in the first year we won what you call a philanthropic golden giveaway.
Right.
Now, as Jenny was saying there, I have a tendency to. You're not supposed to have favourites, but you know what? I do. I'll be honest with you, I do. Right? There's certain kids just
melt his heart.
You click it. And we had 3. There's little Joe Fields. he has dwarfism. Fantastic Ben. Haribo, that's Bradley. Right? He got named Haribo for obvious reasons. And we have another one called Malteser. Right. Now his mum's gone on to run what you call the Kelfestra syndrome. Their daughter has Kelfestra syndrome, and I just bumped into them coming out the club shop when we first started.
We
I told them about us, and they came to a game, and like when we won the philanthropic, which is the people voting and vote for you, then it was £2,500, which to us was like a fantastic start to do something. It paid for the first year's Christmas party, which is on Facebook if you go far enough back on our pages. You know what I mean? It is. The world revolves around money. And you know the things I can do with money. And
I bet you've got loads of plans and ideas for what you could do if that funding was in place.
Never ended.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's excellent. Well, it's been a real pleasure to talk to you about your organisation. And like I say, if people out there, anyone can help, please get in touch with us, or please get in touch with Jimmy, the Cuddle King, and Jenny, and they'll be able to tell you what you can do to help them out.
Without a doubt.
Thank you.
That'd be great. So still to come on tonight's show, we've got to preview our next 2 games against last season's fellow partners in Premiership relegation, Hull and Sunderland. And speaking of the Mackems, I'd be interested to hear from Boro fans. Who do you see as our main derby rivals? I can already sense someone who's hyperventilating at the thought of Leeds United, but I won't mention Leeds. But get in touch, say to us what your derby is. Is it Sunderland, Newcastle or Leeds? On to Saturday, Jimmy. Unfortunately, our stop-start season saw another reverse at the weekend at Cardiff. Why do you think things haven't quite panned out for the Boro this season?
To be honest with you, I don't know. Mungan himself was a good enough manager, but he didn't suit what we had at the club. The players he brought in and the money we spent should have basically guaranteed us that we walked this league. Nothing's gone right. It's just been one of them years where you went...
It's never felt like a promotion season, right? It's just never really got going, has it?
No, not at all. The atmosphere hasn't been within the ground. I mean, for a manager to come in, he needs to get his fans behind him.
Yeah, and that was a strange one, that, isn't it? Because for whatever reason, I can't say I was against Gary Monk getting the job, but it never felt as though he connected with the fans, and I don't know why that happened.
Well, I don't think he really got a chance. You know, to be honest with you, we've played some decent football this season, and we've thrown away a lot of points that really should have been in the bag. Late goals, own goals, stupid mistakes. Our strength was always defensive. And the problems have come this year defensively.
You know, certainly in the first half of the season there weren't they?
We're so short on striking power. I mean, on the Cardiff game on Saturday, he reverted to a normal Tony Pulis, long ball for Gested, but unfortunately Gested's not the man to control that type of ball. Yes, he's a big lad.
And it's difficult when it seems as though he's a bit isolated on his own up front.
Isolated. We've got no wingers. We've got wingers in the squad, but we're not playing with them. Traore, Pulis has brought him on. Definitely. Because the man has got so much skill, natural skill, but he has no end product. But we're starting to see an end product come through from him now, and maybe, just maybe, he could be the saviour of the season.
Right, I hope you're right, Jimmy. I mean, second tier, we've been in the division a lot of years, down the years. What are your hopes and expectations for the rest of this season?
Well, to be honest with you, I personally don't want them to get promoted.
Right.
I would like to reach the playoffs, to get to Wembley. Not that I'd go, because every time we've been, we got beat.
We don't have much luck at that place.
It's not my favourite ground, I must admit. But at least it gives the fans to say we achieved something this year. Because at the moment we're underachieving for what we've got by a long, long way.
You don't want the season to sort of peter out with about half a dozen games to go, do you? I mean, we're still, with the results at the weekend, we're still, just to say, I think we're 5 points off the last playoff list. So we're not a million miles away. But you just want that interest to keep going right till the very end, don't you?
Well, I think a playoffs play would be very, very good for the fans. Because it gives you that the little extension to the season. And the chances some of that might just happen. We are not ready for the Premiership, in my eyes. I mean, we don't want to be a yo-yo club. We've done that enough. Let's get somewhere and stabilise ourselves. He spent the money to do that. The management haven't got out the players, and the players have come along and taken the wages for nothing in a lot of the cases. They just haven't put the effort in.
I know Tony Pulis said when he got the job that he wasn't going to spend any of Steve Gibson's money in January, and true to his word, he didn't really. I think he bought one player for a small fee from Huddersfield. He didn't spend a lot of money. Do you think that was his way of saying, actually, we're not ready to go, we're not going to have a real push at it this year, and we're maybe have the summer and then go for it next season?
I think he thought he had the resources already.
You think he already had it?
Well, you know, you look at paper on money we've spent and the names we've got.
it's a good squad, isn't it, for a championship team?
It's a fantastic squad for a championship. They're just not clicking. That's all we need, is to get some team spirit and play for each other and for the badge.
Yeah. I'm going to have to pull you to task here though, Jimmy. I've got someone here called Aaron Clennigan.
Oh, yeah.
He said Sunderland's Jimmy's second team. What's all that about, Jimmy? What's going on there?
Who said they were second, Aaron? I'll have word for you when I come on. No, I'm a born and bred Mackham.
Right.
This is the thing. I was born on Ford Estate in Sunderland.
Yeah.
Early doors, I used to go as a kid to watch Sunderland.
Yeah.
But my dad came down, we moved down here for my dad to build the coke ovens.
Right.
And as you do, when you're at school, you go with your friends.
Yeah.
Now, I did go home every weekend,
right.
but it started off with a midweek match then. I'd miss going home and I'd have a game down here, you know. Yeah. And it sort of, Middlesbrough became me love.
Yeah, right.
It's not that I don't love the Sunderland team, you know what I mean? Because you stay with your hometown team.
Of course you do.
The first thing I look for is Sunderland result. It's, but yeah, it's...
Oh, we won't hold that against you.
Don't
worry about that. It's all right.
But all
not a problem.
Sunderland,
Aaron, you dropped him right in it there. That's naughty.
He'll suffer.
Wait till he comes to the next game.
I knew he'd come on and say that.
So tomorrow night we've got Hull. Dare I say it, they've only ever picked up 1 point at the Riverside, ever.
You're jinxing us now, aren't you? You are jinxing us now.
But we've got to win tomorrow night. It's a must. If we want to go towards the playoffs, that's a game we've got to win tomorrow night, isn't it?
I think the next three are big games for us to keep us either very close in contention or actually up there in that position. Yeah. We're coming against teams now where we're at the bottom. Yeah. We need badly to pick up them points.
These are the games we have to win, aren't
they? They have to. Must win games.
Yeah.
If we want to stay there, if we want to finish 10th, 11th, and be happy with that, but your fans aren't going to be. We're already disgruntled.
I know.
And you know, you lose your fans. They get on
and season ticket renewals have just gone out, haven't they?
Right,
the gates, the attendance on the gates have gone down, haven't they, in the last couple of games?
Yeah.
I've noticed
I don't think they've been too bad this season, have they? I mean, there's still over 20,000, but like you say, if it goes on for another month or two.
Yeah. Towards the end, it may well.
Yeah, if we're not in contention, You
know, like I say though, but I believe under Pulis, I've seen better football than I did under Monk. We seem to be more flowing, more forward thinking. Let's not go for this long ball system. It gets boring. We used to get called Boro. We don't want that anymore.
No.
We don't, do we? Let's say, it's Middlesbrough, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
You know, I have seen good games there. Yeah. And then go and buy Albert the Doma back. Buy him back.
I must admit, I always thought he wasn't quite good enough for the Premier League, but in the Championship, more than good enough, and he's showing that at Aston Villa now.
The beauty of him is he'll chase every ball. Traore won't, but if you've got somebody on his case and shouting at him, right, I'm going, you get there, I think we'd score at Atfull. We just haven't got the supply. They're relying too much on Downing, and Downing can't do it all.
Yeah.
He just can't do it all.
So what are you predicting for tomorrow night then, Jimmy? What do you reckon?
I'm praying for a 2-0 win. A 1-0 win will do. Yeah. Any win.
What do you think, Jenny?
I'd say daft 1-0, I think.
Well, that'll do us 1-0.
Yeah,
just get a win, get 3 points.
Just 3 points.
Yeah, get them on the board.
We're not letting them Samba longer take a penalty though.
No, we'll keep them away from the poor lad. We'll keep them away from them. And then the weekend sees off the derby game, and we're going for 6 in a row against Sunderland, and they're having a dreadful season. But it's a derby game, and anything could happen, couldn't it?
I agree with that totally. Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game, isn't it? Even though they're struggling, it's still going to be a tough game, isn't it?
Oh yeah. 100%.
They'll raise the game against us.
I can very few occasions I can recall us going to Sunderland and having an easy game. It's always been a tough game, no matter where the two teams are in the league. And I think it'll be the same on Saturday.
Well, as Aaron said, I'm rather torn, but I'm only torn for I'm going up there desperate for a Middlesbrough win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I can go out and wind my mates up there. If I don't, I get wound up myself down here. Can't have that.
And that's it. It's all a bit of banter, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's about, a bit of banter.
Jacob's come in with a question here for us, just with regards to, we were talking about centre forwards and things like that. Know that he's a bit of a veteran, but would you have taken a gamble on someone like Peter Crouch in the transfer window, or maybe in the summer?
Maybe if he was at the end of his career in short term, I think so, yeah.
Right, for maybe a year,
Yeah, he is a man who he'll win the ball for you. And he'll pick up goals from absolutely nowhere. There is better out there. Yeah. There's definitely better out there, but he's done a good job and he's been a good professional over his time.
He's had a good career, hasn't he?
He really has had a good career,
So, I mean, we asked for opinions on Sunderland and Newcastle and Leeds. Obviously, you've supported Sunderland or been from Sunderland, so you know what the rivalry's like there. in terms of yourself, Jenny, who would you say was your biggest rival? Which team would you always want to beat the most out of those three? Or is it another team?
Newcastle.
Newcastle, you always want to beat Newcastle. Yeah.
Do you know, it's funny enough, like the lads back home don't class us as a derby.
No.
They don't.
Yeah.
Their derby is Newcastle
It is, yeah. And I think
Newcastle don't though. Newcastle don't class the Boro as
no,
a derby.
I think we're just caught where we are. We're sort of in between there for Sunderland, and they've obviously got Newcastle nearby. Yeah. And Leeds is a bit too far south the other way. And I think, obviously, geographically, you've got Hartlepool and Darlington, which are near us, but we never play them.
No.
So it's like, in a way, we're sometimes looking for a rivalry that may not exist with those other clubs, but it's still a good atmosphere when you play those games.
Between us and Leeds,
it's all about
the banter between.
I mean, you know, the skill of the players that we have in the North East, the teams that we have in the North East, and the size of the teams that we have in the North East, none of our teams should be struggling. No. North East football should be flying. And
look at where we're at. I mean, look at Sunderland, where they're at. I mean, we're complaining a little bit about our season. They're having an absolute nightmare this season. And Newcastle, yes, they beat Man United last week, but they're struggling as well in the Premier League, and they could go down. I mean, for three clubs that are well supported, it's a shame, isn't it? Really,
it is. It's a massive shame because, like, people, when you work away and out of the area, people don't realise. They think the North East is, it's the forgotten area. Yeah. You know, when they come to the North East and they meet how friendly we are and everything else, they change their mind. Yeah. We're not the dumping ground of everything that everybody seems to think about. The companies, we've got beautiful countryside. Yeah. We've got fantastic, friendly people. Our nightlife and places to go is out of this world. It's probably seconded by London. Yeah. I mean, you go in Middlesbrough, you can go to a nightclub 7 nights a week. Yeah. Yeah. You know, in most cities you can't do that. Yeah. No, I mean, it doesn't say with a bunch of booze heads or nothing like that. Just
have a good time.
We enjoy ourselves. Yeah. And people from outside the area get a stereotype picture of us of a cloth cop, flying pigeons, but when they meet us, they all say, we get it all the time. We sort of away from
until you've been up here and you see what it's like. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Just a couple more questions. Got a good point here from John Hugel. Like the season we lost in the playoff final, if we go up this year, we'll be vastly underprepared. And he said there was a lot of players thrown together at the start of the season who were expected to gel together immediately. And it might take a bit of time, which is maybe what Tony Pulis is looking for, to get it all together for next season and hopefully have a proper push at promotion next year. Do you think that's a fair point?
I think that's an excellent point. To be honest with you, that's what I'd look at. Yeah. And I'd let him bring his own men in. Yeah. Play him in his own way. Yeah. But, you know, we want attractive football. Yeah. We want fast-flowing football. We want goals. Yeah. We want to be able to stand up in that ground and cheer and jump up and down.
And he needs someone to be able to do that, doesn't he, Pulis? Yeah. Bring his players in. Yeah. Excellent. So, weekend, hopefully we're coming back down the A19 with 3 points from the game with Sunderland. Jimmy, Jenny, thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. Best of luck with everything in the future. With Real Boro fans believe in dreams. Hope everything works out for you. And like I say,
so do I.
Keep us posted on the show with how you're getting on as well and any events that you've got coming up. Before we go, I want to pass on my best wishes and wish good luck to Stockton Town and Mask United. They're in the FA Vars quarter-final this weekend. So hopefully they'll fulfil their dreams of getting to Wembley this year. Remember, keep up to date with all things and the latest news and views on all things Boro with BoroFanTV. And don't forget, there's 2 free season tickets up for grabs if you subscribe to our BoroFanTV YouTube channel. So that's something worth winning for, hopefully to see Tony Pulis' team next season have many home wins and a successful season. Thanks again for watching. Until next week, Red and White, you and me, BoroFanTV at 6 UTB. All the best.
Bye.